Good morning, boys. Morning, Pop.
Howdy.
Morning.
What's the word?
We're getting ready to roll.
Okay.
That's the word. Gasket for the 37th time.
All right.
That's great.
Maybe put a Chevy gasket on would be good.
Maybe.
No, it's bubbles around the engine.
All right. I'm gonna keep trying to work on the video and.
All right.
All right.
See you, man.
Yep. What happened?
The AOD, the curse of the AOD.
Overdrive's out again.
Overdrive's out again. It now pulls in neutral, so we've got clutches welded together in a drum, I'm pretty sure, and I've got no reverse. And I ran over the trash can across the road there. So, yeah, great success. Great success.
Back over it, or did you run over it?
I was trying to pull forward so I could straighten the boat out and then back in. And then the hood scoop is so tall, I totally pulled a Finnegan. Shout out to Finnegan. Can't see over the hood, so we just run into things.
We fallen in here because he come down the road at the same time we did.
Yeah, so good times, man.
All right, well, it is what it is, right? So now what?
It was all good last night, and all went to hell this morning.
So no reverse?
No reverse. No reverse. I was driving down the road in overdrive, and all of a sudden it felt like somebody pulled an emergency brake. Like it just was dragging. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Bump overdrive off, comes out of overdrive, I go to take it back in and immediately just bogs the motor down. So I shut it off. Then I thought, okay, screw the electronic overdrive. I'll just unplug it and see if it'll hydraulically lock up like it was the night before. It's not having any part of it. And then when we pulled out of the gas station down here, it was in neutral. I put it in neutral to like give it a little free rev, and it pulled forward. I was like, huh, that was weird. Am I in drive? So So I bumped it again. I'm like, no, that's definitely neutral. So then I pulled it back into drive and I took off down the road there. And as I was cruising, I bumped back into neutral and you could free rev, but I was already moving. But in neutral, it wants to pull itself forward now.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So now we got 2 more tracks left, and I'm not sure we can even make it home.
So now it's like, do I go up there and hammer on it and try to make a pass? Or do I go up there and just break the beams and back out? Or do I go up there and just make a slow, miserable lane pass?
The reverse is right here.
I know.
I don't know.
I'm reverse.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So right now I'm helping Rob get the canopy straightened out, and then we'll assess that here in a minute.
I got you.
So
that's a bummer.
yep, that's a bummer. So all right. I would say just cut it right here to start, and we'll see if that's enough, and then if not, we can cut this side back a little shorter. But yeah, I've cut half the slot away to start, and we'll see how that fits. We can always cut more.
Yes. The broken stud in the.
But we can't weld it.
Can't weld it to take it out, can we?
So far, that went well anyways.
You would have welded.
Nah.
Nice try.
Remember, we have too thick a wire. Can't use thick wire, apparently.
That one would have needed the thick wire.
I don't know how we're going to fit the welder in the clamshell.
We could have fit the welder in the clamshell. We could have fit the welder in the clamshell and never touched it. We could have fit the bottle in the boat and never touched it. But no.
We're taking the welder. We're taking the welder.
But no. That's fine. We don't need a welder.
I don't know why he's so against the
We don't need a welder. It's too heavy. I don't want to move it.
Where's that bracket at?
I guess what? You know what? It'd have been a lot faster to move a welder than to make it a new alternator bracket mount.
Oh well. Oh well. Whatever. Well, y'all, here we are in the staging lanes with the cluster truck with a transmission problem. Surprise, surprise. We have no reverse, we have no overdrive, and we now have a situation where it wants to pull itself forward while in neutral. We still have 1, 2, and 3, so like any true racer, we're just going to go ahead and make a pass anyways, and probably take it a little easy. I'm not going to do a burnout, and I don't think I'm going to hammer on it, just for the sake of hopefully trying to be able to make it to the next track. So stay tuned. We have a long list of cars to get through before we're going to make a run, I assume. So all right, we'll be back. Bucket List Mob, like, subscribe, comment, share, you know, all that good YouTube stuff. Thanks.
Program for the GTO is kind of an interesting historical piece as well, because when the Judge was first devised or first thought up, it was going to be a competition car for the road race. The Judge was going to be a stripped down GTO. did the opposite of that with all kinds of options and extra weight. And then in 1971, they came out with the GT37, which was a GTO without all the gingerbread on it, and that was the Roadrunner competitor, but by then, it was too late. And the GT37 was also there to fool the insurance companies into making sure you could buy a fast car that didn't say GTO on the side. Yeah, there's also the T37, which replaced the Tempest. The Tempest was no longer the lowest model. It was the T37. Here comes the high-riding F100 Ford pickup truck. 331 Ford small block power in this thing, and you'll notice it's the unibody. I don't know if there's anybody left in the world who's not seen the unibody. I think they're really cool. They are cool, yeah. You'll notice there is no gap between the bed and the cab.
Up here and turn around. I was like, okay
ours
cool, we
did
got
not.
we got to go up here. I know, which is why I said let me lead.
But looking on the map, though, there was no crossovers because of the construction. Is what I'm saying. We were looking.
So here's
Right
my
on, Team Ramrod.
Okay.
here's my question for the day. Are you gonna lead today, since so that
Yes,
way we don't
because-
put you in a bad spot with no reverse?
Yeah, maybe,
Well, hope he's
Yeah.
not driving
Yeah.
in reverse.
but no. As of this morning, you guys have lost all your navigation privileges.
I'm all right with that. I am all right with
The
that.
only mistake they made was getting on the wrong ramp. And from that point on, it was just...
He was following his phone.
I
They
was
didn't
following the
realize- they didn't
GPS.
realize they
It
were
never said
gone.
nothing about going on 94.
I'm like, wow, this is a long 27-minute drive. And then you
Yeah,
called
it
and I'm
clearly
like,
never said nothing
missed
about
that,
going
you
on
missed it.
94 because it obviously had the wrong route.
Yeah,
He initially turns right and I'm like, what is he doing? Where is he going? And then he goes down and then he goes to take another right and I'm like, you got to be shitting me right now. Are you serious? Like, what are we doing right now? Whatever. I just looked at Roger, I was like, all I can do is laugh. All I can do is laugh. Like,
I said for
I'm
the
like,
for the fucking adventure.
dude, exactly.
we're literally on cheater slicks on a gravel road. I am proud of you, though, that you didn't put us in a ditch going
Yeah.
wah every 35 feet.
I was not.
Going waba.
No, I'm saying I'm proud you didn't.
That's a shirt. That's a shirt.
Waba every 35
Matt
feet.
says wubba wubba. How do you spell that? W-A-H-B-H-A. Wubba.
W-A-B-A-H, yeah. Speaking of that, did you see that Harley guy last night drive past, give me the thumbs up? I said, Mike's gonna love that.
Yep, I
Mike's
saw
gonna love that.
he nailed. He come by with a hand on the throttle and like the left hand, he's like cruising like this and he's like,
I said, oh,
like,
Mike's
yeah,
gonna have a
dude.
heyday with that one.
so this time we're leading. And
We'll
that's
lead,
only
yeah.
because we might break down.
That's right.
Yeah, and we don't want to put you guys in a bad spot either. As far as like needing reverse.
You don't want to change the transmission on a dirt road?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to remember that I can't back up.
Especially getting in the gas station.
Everywhere I go.
You have absolutely no reverse.
None.
God.
You put it in reverse and rev it, it just sits still. You put it in neutral, it goes forward. It's fine. I could probably drive in neutral. That's how that's.
Is that overdrive now?
I don't know.
Might.
I just might try
When
it.
you go and drive, you put it in a race, it goes faster, right?
Yeah. Maybe it goes backwards in park.
Possibly. I don't know. Maybe I'll try putting it in neutral and hitting the trans brake to activate reverse.
Might well.
That might work.
Can't hurt nothing.
That might work. We're experimenting here on Drag Week. Experiment with patience.
In the meantime, I'll be riding in air conditioning with massaging leather seats and great music.
Yeah, we're sorry you have.
If we're going to change the transmission, we're going to need a lot more than that. 2 floor jacks.
going on?
Grass.
Oh, I'm shocked that you even picked up the phone when you seen who was calling.
Oh no. What's up?
Oh, you already know what's up. The curse of yeah, it's a Ford thing. It's a blue oval thing for sure.
What you got going on?
The curse of the AOD, man. Like always. Initially, it started with we had like intermittent trans brake issues. Trans brake wouldn't work. So like on the test drive, when we first put it back in, overdrive seemed to work, but we had no trans brake. So we're like, maybe we left it unhooked. Maybe we got a loose wire or something. So we put it up in the air, we check it with a power probe in the garage at Heston's house, and it activated. I'm like, I don't know, dude, it seems to work. So then we take it out, we drive it around the neighborhood, and the trans brake works. Everything was good. So we leave and we go to the racetrack for day one, and on the way there, overdrive worked some, and then halfway there, overdrive stops working. So as overdrive is not working, every traffic light I come to, I'm trying the trans brake, and the trans brake isn't working. So I'm like,
it gets better, just hang on.
I'm like, maybe they're tied together somehow, and it's just an electrical issue of some sort.
Right.
So
that's where I'm thinking at this point.
Right.
Go ahead.
So then I'm like, okay, if I just simply unplug these 2 leads out of the transmission and just leave these 2 wires hanging out of the transmission, I don't care about having the trans brake. Let me just see if the overdrive will hydraulically work like it's supposed to. And it did, other than the fact that I had to like feather the gas pedal because I feel like I had a somewhat sticky TV lever. So we got the sticky TV lever situation figured out, and I put a return spring on it, and we reset the pressure at idle and got that where it needs to be, and then everything was smooth sailing. Overdrive was working beautifully all day yesterday, all night last night. And then sure enough, this morning we're on our way to the track, and I'm cruising along on the highway at about 70 miles an hour, and it almost feels as if somebody just lightly starts applying an emergency parking brake. And I'm like, why does it feel like something's dragging? So I click the overdrive off, and it downshifts into third, and everything's good. And then I go to click the overdrive back on, and it just immediately bogs the motor down, almost like the converter's locked up, like coming to a stop where it wants to stall the engine. So at this point, I have no overdrive, I have no trans brake, and by the time I pull into the track, I go to find a pit spot, and I go to back up, and I've got no reverse, 0 reverse.
What's it doing neutral?
It pulls itself forward in neutral. It's like drive.
So the forward clutches welded themselves together from low pressure.
Forward clutches welded themselves together from low pressure.
If you go forward in neutral, then the forward clutches are welded together. So
okay.
Here's what happens. So when it goes to overdrive, the overdrive band comes off, forward goes off, overdrive band comes on. So whatever happened while you were going down the road when you said it started feeling like it was binding up.
Yep.
There's got to be a cross leak or something in the valve body that was feeding forward clutch oil in overdrive. And because I set those up with about 55 thousandths clearance so that they had plenty of clearance for high revs.
Okay.
So I know it wasn't a clearance issue.
So let me ask you this. How much TV pressure should I have rolling down the highway at 70 miles an hour in overdrive?
65 plus at the minimum. 65, probably comfortably around 90 to 100.
TV.
Yeah, I'm talking about TV pressure. Should I have any TV pressure at highway speeds?
Well, yeah.
See, I don't understand that. If you're supposed to set that up to have 30 pounds of TV pressure at idle with a 3/8 spacer, then you take the 3/8 spacer out, you have 0 TV pressure at idle.
Right, but you're talking about going down the highway.
Right, so you have 0 TV pressure at idle, which means you have 0 TV pressure until you take up 3/8 worth of slack on your throttle cable, which means you would have your throttle blades cracked a little bit as if you were rolling down the highway at 70 miles an hour, locked up, and only having your throttle blades cracked like 1/8 of an inch or so.
I see what you're saying. That might be line pressure I'm thinking of. Let me see if I can get a book here that might give you that information.
Because when we set TV pressure correctly at 30 PSI at idle with the spacer, you pull the spacer out, the TV pressure gauge goes down to 0. And then it builds pressure as you rev it. You know, as you get on the throttle, then it kicks back up. And I thought that was the main problem with overdrive, because the son of a bitch would never go into overdrive. And it was because when I was rolling down the road on the highway at 60 miles an hour or whatever, I was having 35 to 40 pounds of TV pressure. Once I finally got that TV pressure set correctly, it was good, because then when I was rolling down the highway at 60, 70 miles an hour, you could let off the throttle and the TV pressure would go down to basically 0 or 5 or 10 pounds or whatever, and then you could activate overdrive and it would just drop right into overdrive. It was fine.
Well, let me ask you this: when your TV pressure, when you backed it off so that it would go into overdrive, how were your shift points for 1, 2, and 3, or from first to second and second to third?
So if you let it shift automatically, it's shit. It's been shit from day one. It sucks. The 1, 2, 3 shift is horrible. It stacks the 2, 3 shift like boom boom and bogs down like crazy. So the only real good way to drive this thing is to just put it in manual first, and then go to manual second, and then go to manual third, and then pull the overdrive.
Okay, but even if you do that and there's not enough TV pressure, it's still going to start frying stuff.
Okay.
So, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're manually shifting it or not. The only thing you can do, well, there's nothing you can do right now.
Right.
Other than, here's what I would do if you want to continue driving it. Jack the TV pressure up so you don't fry anything else, because it's just melting itself down as the farther you drive it.
Okay.
So overdrive and forward went out. So now forward's on all the time. If you've got first, second, third, I'd turn the TV pressure up and try to finish out your week with no reverse and no overdrive. But that's the only thing you're going to be able to do.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I'll do then. I was hoping that I could go ahead and finish. So I guess my next question is am I going to hurt this thing any further to do exactly what you just said? Just jack the TV pressure up and drive it 1, 2, 3?
Just jack it up and drive it until it doesn't go anymore.
So then can I still do burnouts in the burnout box and make passes down the drag strip 1, 2, 3 then?
As long as your pressure's up.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
Because your forward clutches are stuck on. They're welded together now.
YouTube world, you just heard it. We have permission to send it. That's right, baby. It's about to get sent.
Well, it's already so just
True.
more.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
to get every minute out of it you can. Where are you guys at now?
We're at US 131 in Michigan.
Okay.
We're in
So let me ask you this.
we're headed to Milan, Michigan. We're headed, yeah.
So you got today's, you're done with today though?
Yeah, I've already made a pass. I didn't do a burnout today. I just went up and rolled through the water box and just kind of lightly went down the track and ran like a 14-second pass.
Okay. Well,
just to stay in competition.
yeah, so when it was shifting early on its own, you said it was kind of stack shifting. That's very indicative of not enough TV pressure. So you have to turn the TV pressure up. Forget about that gauge.
Okay.
I mean, you have a minimum to start out with.
Right.
But if it's still shifting, you're going to have to keep pumping the TV up. It's okay to go up. You just have a minimum.
Okay.
So if you put it at 30 and it's still shifting early, you need to turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. So at just normal driving, if you take off normal, not light, not hard, just a normal, you're going to the fucking Krogers, that thing should never shift out of first gear until at least 20 miles an hour, and it should never shift out of second to third until 32-ish.
I would have to say that it's never done that. If I was being 100% honest with you.
25 mile an hour?
Oh, dude, it's in third gear before you get through an intersection. If you were at a red light,
that's exactly why it's burn up.
It's bum bum bum.
Yep, that's exactly why it's burn up. Jack that TV pressure up and take it around wherever you're at. You know, turn it up a little bit and take it and see where it shifts. It shifts early, jack it up some more. It shifts early, jack it up some more. You've only got 3 gears to worry about right now. You can't hurt anything else.
Right.
So you might as well, if there's anything in there left to save, you're going to be able to do it by that.
Okay.
Because if you continue to drive it with the low pressure, it's going to lose third gear next.
Okay.
And then it's going to lose second.
Okay.
So jack it up.
All right. That's what I'll do.
All right.
All right.
Good luck, guys.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you taking the phone call.
No. Do you have a dinghy if you guys are broke on the road? You got a way to get your truck home?
We don't know yet for sure. I mean, we're in Michigan at the moment, and we know a lot of guys from the Highway-Hellions-Car-Club. I've been coming to this car show up here for 12 years now, so I could probably lean on one of those guys to
shout out to the Piston
come
Gamers.
pick us up with a truck and trailer and haul it to somebody's house if we gotta store it somewhere for a week or two before we can get a truck and trailer back to get it.
Okay.
So I don't know. We haven't.
Where's your next stop? You said Milan?
Yeah,
we're leaving US 131 here, and then we're headed to Milan in Michigan.
That's Thursday's race, and then where's Friday's?
Friday's race ends back at National Trails in Hebron.
Okay. All right. Well, dude, call me if you need me to come get you.
Okay.
I'll unload my trailer and come get you.
All right. Well, we appreciate that.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
That's right. Send it, baby.
Thanks, Jack.
See ya.
See ya. All right, everybody. We found a guy on Marketplace. He's got an AOD. Guarantees it's good. He's willing to bring it to the track. So we're gonna swap these things over from track mode to street mode, which don't have much to do with this thing because we weren't really in track mode on this. But we're gonna hang out here for probably an hour or two tops. We're gonna pack everything up, and hopefully we'll have a transmission to take with us. And we'll be swapping transmissions in the parking lot later. That's right. Drag Week 2024, BucketList Mob. going, man?
Howdy. PJ.
Mike Wiles, nice to meet you. Thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it. Hope you don't mind, we're getting some video.
I just got home from work. He's like, hey, this is us to go. So I was like, sounds good.
This is so awesome of you guys. We really appreciate this. We're just planning our night here, and this is gonna hopefully help us out tomorrow morning. I think we're gonna change it on the that way we're not doing it here on the grass and hot water and all that good stuff. Let's slide that out now. Got the bracket for the TV.
How hard do you have to drive?
77 miles. Cool. Yeah, from South Bend, Indiana to here.
That's awesome that you're going to do that for us.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Hey.
We got an LS swapped F-150, so that's what that came out of, and then he just locked up the motor, so we get it. We get the urgency, so I wasn't slacking on any time. He called me on the way home, and he was like, hey, you ready to do a haul? And I was like, where to? And he was like, you gotta go up to US131. So I was like, what is it? He's like, trans in the garage. I was like,
crazy drag leakers.
Yeah, so
blowing stuff up and wanting to swap stuff in
just the
parking
same
lots.
day, just earlier this morning, he was like, dude, you won't believe it. He's like, the LS locked up. I was like, man, we had it in there for 4 days. So it all pans out.
Hopefully one of these days we'll get smart enough to stop using these transmissions, and then we won't be in situations like this. Even though it is super cool to meet you, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it, dude. Matt, Rob, Roger, these are the guys that are all doing this with us. So, real quick, take some stickers. We got the truck and the Fairlane.
Oh, I love it.
So, and then hit us up on YouTube at the BucketList Mob, so you can follow along.
I'll do that right now.
Awesome.
The
The BucketList Mob. So you'll see probably some footage of us installing your transmission that you just delivered.
Nice, perfect.
On that channel here within the next week or so.
Right there?
That's the one, man.
Perfect.
Yeah. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, of course.
Greatly appreciate it.
I'm probably going to be more. Don't drop it on your toes.
You know what? We just put this in here completely wrong, backwards of the way that I thought we should. But
Well, hey, at least you don't have reverse, so the torque converter can't slide out when you mash the gas in reverse.
true. Yeah, maybe wedge that. There we go.
Cigarettes and buy the shit. You think it's awful, but it just begins. Nobody
Checkpoint 1 for some Coney dogs.
Everybody say hi.
Drag Week 2024.
Bucket List Mob, check it out
Good
on
Coney
YouTube.
dogs. Here's Coney dogs and good root beer flow. Yep.
Dude, that is the... Mike.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Finnegan.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Like the puddles are getting under the car.
That is awesome. Another gas up. How much you think you got in there?
You sputter comes to that light.
Yeah, it worse than any other time. I'm like, that's different.
Yep.
I was gonna say it's been sputtering. It's just because we were like, should we follow that other guy just so we can be
Right.
yeah? And then we were like, no, let's get gas. We ain't got no gas on the trailer.
We got no gas anywhere.
It's all empty right there, up there. Is there any E85 in that tank on the trailer?
I'm sure there is.
I mean, that would probably get us here.
I feel like we. I don't think it'd run on the 85, especially that old shit.
It'll
If
run
there's
till it
any
didn't.
in there.
I really hope I remember my phone charger at the hotel.
I think we got some extras.
Bringing one over for a spare? Or filling one up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ain't got no gas in it.
Ain't got no gas in it.
Look, check them out.
Oh, where did you get that?
Some extent.
That's cool. That's what we were just talking about. Like Wednesday night drive is like a big deal because after Wednesday night, you only have Thursday night drive. So if you make it through Wednesday, you're like, hey, I might make the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Thursday kicks you in the balls.
Oh, stop it.
You're probably not off that much.
All right, boys and girls, it is 12:24 a.m., not p.m., as you can tell by the night sky. And we have officially made it to the second checkpoint. I did it. So that means we are roughly like 10 to 15 miles away from the track / hotel. So we're now going to make hotel arrangements and see if we can go get some sleep and then get up in the morning and assess whether or not we want to change a transmission or whether or not we just want to take the transmission that's hurt to the track, beat on it, send it, see if we can actually break it, which is probably what we're going to do. And then maybe we'll change the transmission at the track tomorrow. So yeah, stay tuned. Bucket List Mob. Like, subscribe, comment, share, you know, all that good YouTube stuff. Thank you.